Well, somehow, I don't know, it snuck up on us. I didn't think we'd make it tonight. Well, I thought maybe let's just take a couple of minutes for some reflections. Navina Nirada Prabhu, then we have Mahendra Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Pibata Bhagavatam Rasamalayam Muhurmuho Bhuvi Bhavuka. Thank you so much for sharing your heart and realizations on Caitanya-caritāmṛta. It's been a fresh breeze of nectar coming our way, just like these garlands are making us swoon. So it's too good. And we're looking forward for the next installment. It is a lifesaver. It's not just nourishing, but it is our sustenance. It's our, Caitanya-caritāmṛta is our textbook. It's what is the Vaishnava canon. If all other books go missing, if you have Caitanya-caritāmṛta, nothing has been lost. Because Kaviraj Goswami put the essence of all scriptures in Caitanya-caritāmṛta. So thank you for taking us through the whole Madhya Līlā and keeping it focused and on point, taking it home. It's been very, very wonderful here. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Hare. Bhalo, bhalo.
I had a question. I don't know.
Sure.
It's about this, one of the last verses, which I was pondering about the meaning. He asks us, the readers, to continue relishing this wonderful nectar, because nothing compares to it. Keeping the faith firmly fixed within their minds, they should be careful not to fall into the pit of false arguments or the whirlpools of unfortunate situations. If one falls into such positions, he is finished. What would that false arguments or unfortunate situation would be?
Well,
careful.
I mean, historically speaking, and you kind of get the flavor of it in some of the purports and certainly at the end, that Prabhupada went his own way because the Gaudiya Math got caught up in these whirlpools of fighting over who was going to be the next Acharya, even though Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur said that you'd work cooperatively, make a GBC, and then they started fighting and even selling the printing press. Prabhupada noted to get money to pay for the court cases and things like that. So Prabhupada definitely had that in his mind. I can't say for sure that that's what he meant during that passage, but you can see all around it that he's bringing it up because he was being sniped at by his godbrothers, and they were criticizing him enviously for no reason. Even they got caught up, some of the godbrothers, in this idea that Westerners were untouchable and so forth, and wouldn't accept prasadam from the Western devotees who had cooked it and so forth. One of those devotees had not accepted prasad, and later on he asked Prabhupada for a donation or a loan. And Prabhupada said, "Oh, I would, but it was collected by those milechas. You wouldn't want to touch it." And so, that was definitely an unfortunate situation, and the whirlpools that carried even some of the great scholars from that institution away into another realm where they forgot what Srila Bhaktisiddhanta said, to cooperate and to be humble and go on pushing on the movement and remember the preaching. And Prabhupada talks a lot about it in his poetry, like Vrinavane Bhajan that he wrote before he came to America. You can see the state of his mind, that he's pining for Srila Bhaktisiddhanta's mood to come back in the Gaudiya Math movement, and saying, "Oh, if you could just come back for some time and get everybody back into the preaching again the way it was before." So that's definitely something, and we could surmise that that's on Prabhupada's mind when he talks about getting carried away by that. And then you lose the great gift that's been given.
And in our situation, in our current context, what should be careful as learning? This is a lesson.
Well, think on the positive side. There's so much to do that's positive. Just like what we did now. I mean, there's so many other things we could have done, but we all chose to do this. And as they say on Wall Street, never go broke taking a profit. So here we are, fully absorbed in Caitanya-caritāmṛta. There might be so many other issues that we could have jumped into on the internet and got involved in and taken sides and got all concerned, but we probably worked out more than a few thousand lifetimes of problems just by listening to the Subhuti Roy story, to speak of everything else. And there's preaching to be done. There's innocent people out there that just need the basic thing, the Hare Krishna chant, a little love, a little prasadam, and some service to do. Meanwhile, there's all kinds of controversies about how to do it and so forth, but one of the best ways to work those out is just go out and do it, and then figure out how to adjust it as you go, according to the need. And so the need of the hour is to be cooperative, work together, develop communities where people can take advantage of this. You heard Nitya Charangani earlier saying, she walked into a place where she felt, I found the goal of my life. And I mentioned Srivas Pandit earlier, how he walked in to Chopati and said, okay, this is it. So the more we can focus on that and do the basics that Prabhupada has recommended, then the more we can avoid being swept away into little whirlpools of disagreement about things that you may not be able to solve just by arguing back and forth. You quoted that nice verse earlier from the Bhagavatam where Krishna himself says it's not very pleasing to him, people who just argue all the time. Better be a Stita D Muni and do with what you can with what you have.
Thank you very much, and thank you, my deepest gratitude for your wonderful association and guidance and enlightenment, and thank to all the devotees for this increasingly enthusiastic and happy Sangha. I'm so fortunate that I'm somehow able to come again and again, and just in short, all my transcendental necessities are fulfilled.
Mahendra, you're fantastic. And I couldn't imagine doing one of these programs without you. I don't know if we ever have. As soon as we really got going, you've been coming here every year religiously, so you're one of the main contributors. Definitely this year, color commentator, bringing out history and all kinds of little points that were missing, tying up loose ends. Bhalo. Shobhyatirtha.
Hare Krishna, Guru Maharaj. There's so much gratitude, and I think Naveen Prabhu and Mahendra Prabhu have really expressed it. I just wanted to go back to when you started this evening session about Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu going back, finding his way back to Jagannath Puri. It's really the pleasing familiarity of retracing your steps back to home in some sense, and that familiarity is about people, the love, the reciprocation, and I think all of that was felt here. And it's no accident we are all here together. It's no accident that we have met you and all the devotees. There's no accident that we've dived deeper into Shastra with your wise guidance and very kind and gentle guidance. There's no accident that we've met so many other sadhus who've probably had millennia of surrender and wisdom all here to distribute to us. There's no accident that we honor prasad from your hands. There's no accident to even do Sankirtan outside. There's no accident to do parikrama. It's just the only accident we actually felt. And going back to every time we make it to the Dham on this trip, our car has met with something or the other. So Pandapriya Mataji would be witness, and the baby would also be witness to something. And even on this trip, coming back the second time, there was... So yes, the material experience and existence will give us what it does. What is that? Padam, padam, vipadam. But once we are here, it's, there's no lamentation, there's no confusion and fear. Thank you so much for being with us.
Yeah, it's true. Once you come into the environment where it's just hearing and chanting, you notice it. It's an oasis. And speaking of oases, just wanted to thank my dear friend Keshav Bharti Maharaj, because 2021 I was living at the Goshala in Vrindavan, and I was driving over here every day to do the Govardhan Parikram, and I was always in a hurry because I thought, got to finish the Parikram and get back. And then he kept calling me and saying, why don't you come over here? Why don't you just stay here? I was like, and I realized how hard it was to get out of the orbit of what I was used to, staying over there. But 2022, I came in here and I realized that, where's this been all my life? So I have him to thank for that, for pulling me in and making me stay here, which didn't take much convincing once I walked through the door. And since then... 2002. Yeah. That's been the program ever since. Prabhu. And to Śrī Krishna Maharaj, too, who's been here from the very beginning, and in his own charming, very quiet way, has been a big supporter, because he's a real sadhu and knows the value of what we're doing down here. And he's very accommodating, and so have all the devotees been here at the ashram for so many years. Just really sweet.
I'm just remembering this verse from Jaiva Dharma of Bhaktivedānta Thakur, where he says, Adipi Kari Lila Kora Gororoi Kona Kona Bhagyavane Deki Parapoi. That the pastimes of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, don't think that they ended when Kaviraj Goswami stopped writing CC, or when Vrindavan Das Thakur completed Chaitanya Bhagavat. But the pastimes of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu are happening right now. And then for those who are fortunate, they can see it. And I was just thinking how there's so many exemplary personalities here, and they all have a little service which they rendered. Like, I would approach Ekachakra Pran Prabhu every day, and I said, did you do your parikrama? He said, oh yeah. And just devotees showing up for their service, knowing you can count on them, and then the contributions which devotees would make, and there's going to be a specific flavor to their contribution. It's just, and then the kirtan at the end, everyone dancing, the distribution of prasadam, you just really get transported into Gaura Līlā, and you can see that this is happening actually, and the process for accessing it and becoming fortunate is just sitting down and hearing in the association of like-minded devotees, and everything just becomes illuminated, and the best aspects of everyone it just comes forth, it seems.
Yeah, definitely. And I was considering how when you regularly perform the yajna, then Krishna gives more and more facility. All the transcendental necessities become available. I mean, just over the years, the program has become more refined. Just the seating arrangement right now, I mean, it's amazing that I can see the devotees out there. Can you see me? Very well. I mean, we didn't have that for many years. We sat up on the roof till the mosquitoes drove us away. And then even down here, it was a conundrum because not everyone could fit in, and some were sitting out in the dark, and that which was outside under the tamal tree. But it's become a well-established and refined program, so more and more facility comes as we continue in the yajna. Krishna gives, like Prabhupada said in one of his purports, he just started for a year alone, and then all of a sudden people started coming, and then look what happened. From freely chanting Hare Krishna, didn't charge anything, and it spread all over the world. So Krishna provides the transcendental necessities for those who hear and chant. We have Pati Pava, and then we're going to do a few outside people's party, and then we'll do our Dhamana Ashtakam.
I'm feeling how certainly the devotees cause us mercy is the reason I'm here, and specifically because I had no plans to be here. I had no idea I'd be coming, but someone spoke to me during breakfast one day and said, they asked me about going to Govardhana, and I said, I'm not going this year. But then they came by the ashram later that morning and gave me a donation just to pay for it. And I thought, still I'm not going because I didn't plan ahead. But then Vrata called me, Prabhu called me like 2 days later and said, please come. We have some service for you. So I felt definitely because of the blessings of the devotees, I've been given the opportunity to come here and do some service. And this holds an unmatched place in my heart throughout the year, and hopefully going forward every year to be able to come here and spend time with the devotees. And I feel it feels like a community, a very condensed and sweet community around hearing and chanting. And the qualities I'm hearing in the Caitanya-caritāmṛta and the Madhya Līlā are so wonderful. I feel I couldn't learn these things any other way. The sweetness of Vaishnava exchanges and how the Lord is interacting with His pure devotees. It's heartwarming and melting, and gives me a lot of inspiration of how to go forward and share Krishna consciousness and how to carry myself as an instrument in Srila Prabhupada's movement. So I'm again humbly requesting all the Vaishnavas to please be compassionate and pray that I can come back again and again to hear and chant.
Hare Hare Tatastu. Okay. Yes, Sudhira.
Hare Krishna, the devotees are telling.
Yes, Dutama.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. I wanted to just share, there's like two things. There's one thing that, a nice parallel from the beginning of the chapter that I really liked, where there's the verse from Bhagavatam 11:255, where Krishna is basically glorifying, or it's the Nava-yogendra, or who is in that chapter? Anyway, the Hari, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who destroys everything inauspicious for His devotees, does not leave the hearts of His devotees, even if they remember Him and chat about Him inattentively. This is because the rope of love always binds the Lord within His devotees' hearts. Such devotees should be accepted as most elevated. And then a few verses before that, Prabhupada was glorifying His disciples, telling them that even though some temples don't accept them to be pure and don't let them come in, that they're pure devotees. And I could really feel Srila Prabhupada's, the ropes of love, how Prabhupada is bound to his disciples and His followers, and that was just very uplifting to hear, how we're regarded. Sometimes we can be hard on ourselves, and how actually the spiritual master regards us, and how Krishna regards us, even if we're inattentive. If we're just Krishna's Bhavagraha Janardana, He's accepting our efforts.
You make such nice points, Yudhutama, and very articulately so. Thank you very much. Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna.
It's beautiful.
So there's one thing I want to read. This is something that Keshava Bharti Maharaj always reads, but when he reads Caitanya-caritāmṛta, I thought it was apt to share it with the Sangha at this moment. This is just a glorification from Srila Bhaktivedānta Swami Prabhupāda. It's a little story. It says, as he, Bhaktivedānta Swami Prabhupāda, stood up after ending a lecture in Munger, an earth tremor caused mild flooding of the adjacent Ganga. The water soon receded, after which Srila Saraswati Thakur said, in due course, Mahapralaya, devastating floods, will inundate the entire universe. If you attempt to survive by swimming in that deluge, then do not neglect to take hold of the Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, and Śrī Caitanya-caritāmṛta. Or, if you cannot hold all three, then release Bhagavad Gita. If necessary, you may also relinquish Srimad Bhagavatam, but under no circumstances release your hold on Śrī Caitanya-caritāmṛta. For if this one book remains, then the flood can do no actual damage, because after it has subsided, the message of Shastra can be revived from Śrī Caitanya-caritāmṛta alone, it being the essence of all Shastra.
Hare Hare! Sudhira.
Of course, we feel every moment from morning to night is very special with you. You uplift us all. But I want to take this opportunity to reflect on some unique aspects of this program. It's very inspiring, Guru Maharaj, to see your steadiness and you always giving more than 100% at everything you do, even till today's date. You start the session before time and you never let a moment pass without transcendental sound vibration. Like you have the Govardhan choir, you say, and you end the sessions with Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. I cannot imitate, of course, but all in harmony. And we have heard from you that every living entity has a raga, and so you have specific tunes at the start of each respective session. Even the prayers that you offer and include us, join even saying if one agrees partially or completely, they are so relevant to the reading sessions and very heartfelt. For example, in one of the sessions, you said, please give us spiritual intelligence. And I thought that was very apt. Your leadership style is very inclusive, encouraging and considerate. The main aspect of Kārtika Vrata you described in the Kārtika Mahatmya is to offer the lamp. So you included us all in this transcendental chain, inviting everyone to join hands and offering a ghee lamp in the evening. I mean, such unique experiences. Thank you very much for this lifetime experience. Hare Krishna.
Hare Hare! I have to say that you're, Sudhira, a godsend, literally, because I couldn't remain steady without you. You're like another a limb, or more than one, because you're with many, many hands. You're always anticipating what's needed next. So I barely have to do anything. I just have to show up. Barely dress myself or whatever, because you make everything sublime and easy, and I'm eternally grateful for all that you do. Just an anecdote, everywhere we go with Sudhira, miracles happen because of his purity. A few years ago, maybe 5, when we were leaving Calcutta, we drove up to the airport, and several people came over to help us, and I was saying, no, don't help us, because generally people are hustling. And Sudhira said, no, it's okay. And he had made friends with this guy who was one of the managers at the airport. And then he appreciated that Sudhira's devotion. So when we came in next time, they came there to volunteer to help us go in the airport. And ever since there, every time we go to the airport, they come out and greet us. And then they brought the head of the airport the last time, who Sudhira arranged for him to go to Mayapur and stay in a nice room and stuff like that. So we're now, whenever we go to Calcutta Airport, we're greeted by a delegation, and they insist we get in that cart. They drive us around, and they take us through the secret way instead of going through the regular, thing. They take us by and flash badges and let them go through, and all that kind of stuff. And that happens because of your purity, and you're always looking how to bring people in. So it's it's not just when we're here or in the Dhams and everything. It was all the travel time and wherever we go. It's always a magical mystery tour. Thank you very much for all you do. Hare Krishna.
It's actually because of both of your transcendental presence. Even without me, as Sarabhama Prabhu says that things would be far better without me.
No, I was struggling without you. Definitely.
Hare Krishna, please accept my humble obeisances. It is a great fortune and blessing for me to be present at the Bhaktivedānta Ashram in Govardhan. It's really a wonderful opportunity to hear about Lord Chaitanya, to be more inspired, to know about the Lord, and also I want to express my heartfelt gratitude to you, vaisesika Prabhu, because I really feel that your guidance and your example is very important for my life. I am learning how one should really do bhakti. You are showing me that bhakti is not just philosophy, it's not just to read books, but you are really showing how to do it, how to be compassionate, how to be steady, how to always be caring for all the devotees. So thank you very much, and also thank you for all the devotees for his great association. And I am praying that maybe Krishna will allow me to follow in this flow of bhakti, and I will be able to come back every year to hear from you, to be with all the devotees. Thank you very much.
Hare Hare. I'd like to thank Vrindavan Vilasini for her deeply devotional services that she does, especially making garlands, making special beverages that are appropriate for the time, place, and circumstance. The garlands come at least twice a day, different, artistically made and extremely fragrant garlands, and it's a great upliftment. I'm very grateful for your service. Hare Krishna. Hare Hare. Oh, we had Ekachakra and then we'll come right back to you, Vinay.
I wrote a poem about the experience, if I may share it.
Yes, you may.
I titled it Govardhan Shravanastakam. The king's old palace, bygone mystery, another conqueror lost in the ruins of history. Now it's our fortress to keep Maya out, where a true king resides, removing our doubt. We flew from the chaos of deadlines and grind to seek something real, leave distractions behind. Shoulder to shoulder, devotees fill the room, broadcast to the world through the magic of Zoom. Prem Kirtan swelled like waves on the shore, beginning and ending with hearts craving more. The name of our Lord in rhythm and rhyme, transcending beyond the confines of time. Then Prabhupada spoke, as if he were here, a fountain of purports, his voice in your ear. Our master, our guide, our Father so dear, peeling back layers we submissively hear. Then rise before dawn, parikrama bound, stars shining bright, our heads touch the ground. Through forests and temples, the night slips away, giving shape to his stories of mischief and play. And prasad, oh prasad, not ordinary food, it humbles the proud and softens the rude. Cooked with devotion and served with a smile, each bite of sweet rice makes living worthwhile. Though some came as strangers, we all left as kin, bound by the truths we found deep within. inquiry, laughter, and tears in the eyes, each heart opened wide, no need for disguise. Now back to the world, but never the same, with Govardhan's dust and Mahaprabhu's name, recharged in our mission, we heed Prabhupada's call to serve without fear, giving Krishna to all.
Hare Hare! Bhalo! Bhalo! I think we should have maybe a scrapbook where we keep all these, any of the photos and, you know, these poems and things like that. That one's definitely got to go in. That was amazing. Not a flaw in it. Okay, we have two more and then we got to do our, oh, okay, please. Here. Hare Krishna, Hare. Is that on? See if it works.
Hare Krishna, dear Guru Maharaj. Please accept my respectful obeisances to all the assembled Vaishnavas here. I am insignificant and I cannot talk or express very nicely, but I just would like to thank, without saying that I'll be ungrateful. So everyone has worked so hard to make this happen. I just would like to thank you and all the one who made this event happen, and also all the cooks in the background who fed us with excellent prasadam, continuously working. I'm just grateful and appreciative of all that. Thank you very much. I feel very fortunate to be here. Thank you.
Hare Hare! Brajras Bhavana.
I was only here for a short time, but it was such an encouraging 4 days. And I was reflecting on how Krishnadas Kaviraj has a real taste for drama. At the end, it was like the most satisfying end to a book ever, because just culminated with so many benedictions and so many reflections of his own, Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu. And the main thing that I've taken away from this is I feel like I've understood Mahaprabhu a little bit better, where I understand how he thinks and how he speaks, where I've always heard about his pastimes and what he's done, but really taking the time to hear what he has to say was very, very touching, and that really left an impression in me. And the background of everything he says has so much mercy, and everything that he brings is for everyone, and no one is excluded. It includes like the lowest person and also the most esteemed person, and it is really something very special. And it goes back to that one of the first few verses of the Caitanya-caritāmṛta, where Kaviraj Goswami says he's come to give something no one else has. And you can really feel that when you read through these different discussions he's had with Sanatana Goswami, and then Prabhupada gives even more context that this is really, really new. This is very special. And so those are some takeaways that I have just been reflecting on throughout today. Thank you.
Hare Hare! Well, dear devotees, since I can't see anybody's hand out the side anyway, because it's dark, and we've come to...
Maharaj, there is one hand that's raised here.
Please,
Hare
please.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
And although I am in the dark personally, I'm surrounded by very enlightened devotees, and I wanted to express my appreciation for their tolerating my presence here. But also, I also wanted to express my appreciation for your endeavor and your presence here that makes the whole thing wonderful beyond words. And just expressing that sometimes a mind might say, why do you have to spend $3,000 just to come and read? And to answer that and to smash that thought that comes in a mind, I'd like to say this was the best experience ever, and I pray and beg to you and all the Vaishnavas present that if I'm alive next year, I'll be able to come. Hare Krishna.
Hare Hare. Nanda, thank you so much for being here. It's so deeply satisfying to be among God brothers and God sisters who come and have that opportunity, because some of them were far and few between. But you've been one of the steadiest participants for so long. And it's a two-way program. There's the reading, speaking, and then the hearing. And both of them have equal status. And you've certainly become a champion of the art of hearing. What to speak of speaking, also your class was fantastic. So thank you very much.
I just need the blessing of being able to remember what I've heard, please. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, I'll make that a prayer at the end for all of us. Any last points? Dear Srila Prabhupada, yes. Nityatarangani, please.
We have reflections from online. First one is from Mukaravinda Prabhu. He is asking, Guru Maharaj, just wanted to humbly request if you could please share your reflection and instructions that you want us to take after reading whole Madhya Līlā this Kartik. Thank you.
Well, one is that it's important to take time to read. And it has to be very deliberately done, and it's best done with the group, because we get much more out of it when there's discussion and devotees express their realizations. And as Prabhupada wrote in one of the purports near the end, sort of an admonition that you got to do this, otherwise you'll fall down, he basically says. And that's, it can't be emphasized enough that Prabhupada's books and what he wrote and the sound that comes out when we read them together is the primal sound of ISKCON. That's what makes ISKCON. It's not the management, it's not the infrastructure, the brick or mortar. It's the sound of Prabhupada's books and the holy names that he gave to us. And all those other things are meant to support that. They're meant to facilitate more hearing and chanting from Prabhupada's books and expressing his mood and mission to others and spreading the holy name as far and wide as possible. And of course, the medium of book distribution is the preferred method Prabhupada Srila Bhaktisiddhanta had, the written word, to make sure that it goes out in ever-increasing quantities. Because what if somebody's born in the world and then they miss the opportunity to hear the Śrī Caitanya-caritāmṛta? What a lamentable situation that someone would not have the opportunity to read one of Prabhupada's books. And if we feel like that and have compassion because of all that we're getting from, as Brajaras Prabhu pointed out so aptly, the profuse mercy of Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu, and he wanted everyone to have it, then we should feel that yearning for everyone else to get an opportunity to do this and join in the kirtan and join in the hearing and chanting and take advantage of the process. Om Tat Sat. Okay, what else, Nityatarangani?
There are some more people here who wants to share their reflections.
Okay.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. First, when I was reading the end of the Madhya Līlā, I was just reflecting on that when we hear any class, we have been told, or we see this even in your classes, we always summarize the end of the class, and after that we glorify Krishna, we glorify Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we glorify devotional service, we glorify hearing and chanting. And he was realizing that this is coming in parampara. Krishna's Kaviraj Goswami himself is doing that at the end of the Madhya Līlā. He is summarizing the entire Madhya Līlā, and after that he is glorifying Krishna, he is glorifying Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is glorifying devotional service and hearing and chanting. An instruction that please continue doing that. So I was just feeling that whatever classes we hear in today's day and age, it's all coming, that the way a class should be presented is actually coming from Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami's Caitanya-caritāmṛta, the way he has presented. So I was just appreciating, so sophisticated in his presentation, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. And second thing, in the morning I was just reflecting on that there are very few times a jiva feels very satisfied and very special in his life in a particular moment of his time. And I was feeling in the morning similar feeling that I've been in ISV for more than 10 years, almost a decade we can say, and still I was never able to attend this reading. For a short period, that last 2 days I was able to attend. I was feeling that in the morning I was feeling very special and very satisfied that this is what is Krishna consciousness, just hearing and chanting. And the soul becomes so happy. So I was just thinking that thank you so much for doing this. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Hare. Thank you, Achyuta Kumar Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Guru and Gauranga. It was a truly wonderful experience to attend the complete reading of Caitanya-caritāmṛta Madhya Līlā over 19 days, September 29th to October 17th. When I first saw the 5 large volumes, I wondered how it would be possible to complete them in less than 20 days, each book requiring less than 4 days. Yet by your divine grace, you completed the entire reading effortlessly. Such a transcendental yajna is only possible for Mahatmas like yourself, Guru Maharaj. Now I feel inspired to read Adi Leela and Anta Leela as well. Hare Hare.
Hare Hare.
Initially, I was torn between attending the yatra and joining the reading sessions, but now I feel fully satisfied with my decision to attend the Madhya Līlā readings. This rare opportunity to be in your association felt like spiritual medicine, immersing me in divine vibrations from morning till night and reviving me from material fatigue. Programs like this, even once a year, give me the strength to face the material world for the rest of the year. I am deeply grateful for this opportunity. By your mercy, I hope to share this knowledge with others as much as possible. I also formed new relationship and relished the association of devotees. In the ashram environment, I noticed a significant improvement in my chanting, my attentiveness to your reading, and my overall spiritual experience. Thank you again for this precious opportunity. I eagerly look forward to next year's reading session. Thank you very much, Guru Maharaj.
Hare Hare. Which reminds me, Nama Chintamani had to leave. She had a plane to catch, going all the way back to Australia. But before she left, we talked to her outside, and she said this year earlier she had made a goal to read the whole Caitanya-caritāmṛta within 1 year. And she had completed the Adi Leela, but it took her a long time, and she was thinking, how am I ever going to do this? And then she got the news right before she came here that it's going to be the Madhya Līlā. So he said, like Krishna fulfills all desires. It was really nice. Okay, Nityatanandani, please.
Gita Priya just came to me and told me to share her reflection. She has a hoarse voice because of cold, so she typed it. So I just want to read that. Maharaj, I just wanted to say how your readings have answered my question. What is the significance of holy place? When I heard Chaitanya Mahaprabhu visited them and made all the people he met into pure devotees.
Hare Hare. That's really nice, Gita Priya. Thank you very much for writing that down. We'll put it in our new scrapbook that we're collecting. Yeah, there was another aspect of this yatra this year. Of course, we have Madhav, who's a champion hearer. He's been coming here for years, And I don't know any other kid like him. I mean, I don't know any other adult like him. Because he comes in and just totally stays in samadhi for the whole month. And he never falls asleep, he never fidgets, he's just like totally fixed on the thing. But then, you know, we've had several other kids here this year are very serious. And they're young, but they're totally absorbed in the program. And that's a new feature that we're having here, and it's indicative of the spread of the Sankirtan movement, that there's new souls coming in who are very special. They start off as kids, and you look at them and they're not ordinary kids. They're sent here to hear chant and spread the movement. So it was very nice having the kids here this year, and you did great, all of you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, just one more thing to say.
Please.
When I was traveling, I was feeling a lot of separation from the family. I was feeling very guilty to leave behind the kids and family, and had a lot of guilt in my heart, but I still traveled all the way to Delhi. And then when I landed in Delhi, I didn't know where to get a SIM card for my phone for an Indian number. So I was inquiring in the airport, and they said, like, go outside and get a SIM card. There is an Airtel booth there. So I was looking for the Airtel booth, and I saw one outside the airport. And then I stepped outside the security gate, and then the guy in the booth was telling me, oh, no, you should go back inside the airport and get the SIM card, not here. So, and I was asking the security at the gate, can you please let me in so I can go get the SIM card before I travel long distance from here? He said, no, we cannot do it. You cannot go in again. You have to go outside somewhere and get it. So, and I was still standing there. I am traveling long distance. I have to get a SIM card now. And he asked me, oh, where are you going? I said, Govardhan. Oh, are you going to see Bhagwan? Oh, you wait here. I'm going to go inside and bring the Airtel guy outside and get a SIM card for you. You just wait here. So that cheered me up. Oh, this guy is so enthusiastic when he heard the name Govardhan. So I shouldn't feel guilty. No, I'm going to go there. So, and he ran inside, go grab the Airtel guy outside, and they took a picture, everything they did outside the airport for me. And then he waited until I boarded the cab, and he sent me away. So that was so nice.
Hare! It's not what you know, but who you know. You're with Giriraj? Okay, we'll take care of you. Okay, Damodar was the last one, right? Oh, any more Nitya Tarangani? That's it, right?
Yes, that's it.
Okay, Damodar, you're the close. You had your hand up earlier, I think.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, thank you so much for bringing this to this world. I was just feeling so fortunate. I had just 3-4 days of association here, but if this is the PhD of devotional science, then congratulations to everyone under your leadership. People finished 1/3 of the devotional PhD in the three weeks, and the environment here was so loving, and you know what, Prabhupada will be watching us, seeing us and blessing us, I'm sure, with the way the amount of care, love, attention, discussions goes here is nothing but nurturing devotional aspects for everyone. And I pray to Lord Giriraj that you are touching 69, you are 69, almost when Srila Prabhupada started on a huge mission, and I pray you get next 20 years minimum in which you travel around the globe, increase impact of what Srila Prabhupada left by at least million times, and so that Prabhupada is happy on you and us who are along with you during this next 20 years. Thank you so much, Prabhu, for everything you do. Eternally grateful for knowing you. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna. Dear Srila Prabhupada, dear Shri Gaura, dear Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and all the associates of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, dear Giriraj Maharaj, here, having taken shelter of your lotus feet and the Śrī Caitanya-caritāmṛta, please empower us to always be open and eager to hear from Srila Prabhupada's books and to expand the reading of Srila Prabhupada's books, to explain the meanings of Srila Prabhupada's books in between the lines to those who are eager to find the real nectar in life. And please arrange for us more and more facility that we can come together and hear and chant and enter into the Līlā of the Lord in the spiritual world through the process of chanting, developing our natural appreciation for our eternal relationship with the Lord. Thank you for considering our request. Om Tat Sat. Everyone who agrees with this prayer in whole or in part, please say Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Gaur Premanande. Nitai Gaura Haribo. 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 Nitai Gaura Haribo. Nitai Gaura Haribo. Haribo. Haribo, Nitai Gaura Haribo. Vanchakalpadrishta Kripasinabhevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Anantakoti Vaishnaviniki Jai. And now for those who would like to join, we're going to have a singing of the Damodar Ashtakam forthwith, just following the ceremonial moving of the chairs for the last time in our yatra this year. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Where are you going? Balabhachandra is going home right now. Talk about good timing. Thank you very much for coming. And please keep in touch. We'll see you soon. You flying back to America?
I gotta go to Vrindavan tonight.
Okay. All right. Safe journey. Hare Krishna. Balabhachandra Prabhu ki. Jai. On this date of October 17, 2025, Kārtika Vrata at Govardhan Hill, we together over the last 21 days have completed our vrat of reading the Madhya Līlā of the Śrī Caitanya-caritāmṛta. We pray that all the benedictions of the transcendental sound vibration may enter into the hearts of all of us, so that we can take them out and give them to the people in the world who are suffering from spiritual starvation. May they feast upon the transcendental holy name and the transcendental literatures given to us by our disciplic succession through His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedānta Swami Prabhupāda. Thank you for considering our request. And from a sense of deep gratitude to everybody for coming here to observe this vrat and a prayer that we can all be back together soon, doing it again without much delay at all. Thank you for considering our request.
Hari Hari.
Please travel safely. Be careful wherever you go. Padam padam yampi padam.
Hare Krishna.